Morning. Good morning. It's Monday again. Ooh, I have to turn off my notifications. 1 second. Turn on. Okay, I should be back now. Oh, good morning. Hi, Lori. Hi, Misty. Good morning, Rachel. Hi, Abby. Nicole. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Janine. Hi, Darlene. Good morning, Anna. Good morning. Yeah, well, we what a week we have. What a week we have ahead of us, right? No big deal. I'm muted. What did I do? How the hell I muted myself on here is beyond me. Okay. Okay, standard. Can you hear me now? Oh my God, what? I don't know what I did. I was just trying to mute my notifications so that I didn't get phone calls or something. We're gonna leave that alone. So, okay, we're back. I'm not muted on TikTok. I was just muted on Instagram. Um, and I'm good on YouTube. Hi, Melissa. Good morning, Lori. Hi, Valerie. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning to everyone joining on TikTok. Welcome, welcome. How are we doing? How's everybody feeling? Has anyone been able to sleep better at all? It's off again? My Instagram's being weird. Okay. I'm gonna X out and come back on Instagram. Okay. Xing out of Instagram. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm getting myself back on Instagram here. You'd think Mercury was in retrograde right now. Okay. Coffee and magic. Let's try this again. Okay. Trying again. Good morning, Christine. All right, I'm putting myself back on here. Allegedly. It's super annoying. Although it hasn't happened in a while. So let me scroll up here so I can see these comments. Drained. Yeah, I'm not muted on TikTok. Slept good last night. Remember some of my dreams. Amazing. Okay. Are we working Instagram? Can you hear me? For those of you on IG, can you hear me? We were having some problems. Okay. It looks like I'm working on IG again. I'm dragging as well. I am super tired, but I feel like I could have slept last night. I had other issues that woke me up in the middle of the night, but it was the first night I didn't have to take melatonin to fall asleep, so that's good. Okay, but let's get this energy stuff started again. So we have a really big week, guys. It's kind of massive. We have the spring equinox happening. We have Aries season coming in, and we also have the new moon. And it's going to be a lot of energy this week. But remember, this is the up ramp to the end of the month. So this is going to take us back up to a much higher vibrational energy, so that we can be ready for the bigger pop of energy that's happening at the end of the month. So it's going to be quite a, what do you call it? Quite a finale for March, we'll put it that way. And it's going to be great. I think we are going to see, though, some very uh, insane things happening in the collective. And I say that as if that we weren't already, but I think that there's going to be some really big ones happening this week. And it should be very interesting. But for our intents and purposes, focusing, we're focusing on this right here, right? We're focusing on that. But it's going to be a wild energy week. And I don't know about you, but I'm very much looking forward to some fire energy. I don't think I've ever known a Pisces season to be so incredibly exhausting. Probably necessary. I think we're all still a little shaken up from that full moon in Virgo, right? Do you guys remember that? That was something. But I'm ready for some fire. Um, so, an announcement. I'm going to be doing a, you know, Equinox new moon activation for my workshop members, and I'm going to stream that live tomorrow. I don't know what time yet I'm doing it. So, if you would like to join us for some ceremony, some ritual to connect with the energies tomorrow, get on my mailing list and I will send out an email letting you know what time I'm going to go live. And for my members, it doesn't matter if you're live or not, you're going to always have that recording sent to you. So to get on my email list, just go to my website, sarahamala.com, and just scroll down a little bit and you'll see the little form to put your name in there. I don't send a whole lot of emails, like I've been saying, at all, unless I'm in like a manic mood, which doesn't happen too frequently. But it's the best way to keep in contact with me and where I'm at, because we have the whole TikTok situation happening, and it's just we don't know what's going to happen. So email list is where it's at as far as if I need to change platforms or whatever. But tomorrow we're going to do a pop up, and if you'd like to be a part of that, get on the email list, and I will send that information out when I feel into it. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning. Good morning. But I definitely feel like I want to do something with you for tomorrow. It's been a while since we did a live ritual channeling event, and I'm definitely feeling that that would be nice to connect with you guys tomorrow and do that. So, good morning. Hi, Kim. Okay, so let's check in with your energy first, and then we'll get right to it. Okay, from 1 to 10, how are we feeling today? With 1 being like roadkill and 10 being a fully animated creature. How are we doing this morning? All right, we've got a 6, a 6, a 2, a 7, 7, 4, 5, roadkill, 7, 6, 7, 7, 5, 3, 3, 4. Do you know who I sound like right now? Did you guys watch Friends? Monica? 2, 3, 2. You know what I'm saying? 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 7 and a half, 8, 8. Hi, French fry taco. 4, 7. Okay. So we're ranging between like 4 to 8. We're in like that 4 to 8 bracket today. All right. All right. You know what I'm talking about? Monica. All right. If you're new here, welcome to Coffee and Magic. Say hello. We are going to get down to it. We're going to start doing some card pulls. I do 3 separate card pulls, and I'll give you 3 things to choose from so you can feel into which one aligns best with you for this morning. Okay? Today, I'm not going to hold any objects in front of you. I'm just going to tell you the things, and it's going to be spring things. Okay? Spring plants. You ready? So here are your 3 choices. So you pick which one feels most resonant. If none of them feel like they're calling to you this morning, then just listen to all 3 of them and grab what feels good to you. Okay? Hello, Ron. All right, here are your 3 choices. Crocus, forsythia, and daffodil. Crocus, forsythia, and daffodil. Which one are you feeling today? We've got 1 purple and 2 very yellow. Crocus, forsythia, and daffodil. Which spring bloom are you feeling this morning? As my allergies say, oh my God, it's that time again. And also, what is going on? Oh, it's because of the time change. You're going to get my boobs in your face for a second. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. It's because of the time change. That sun had just was boop right in my face. Still kind of is, but it's a little better now. Guys, I have something to tell you. It's only 11 days until I close on my new house. And that means I'm here with you today. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you Friday. I'll see you next Monday. And then I will not see you for like a whole week. And then when I see you after that, I'm going to be seeing you for my new office. And I have no idea what that's going to look like. Yeah. So soak it in. Check out my boxes. You can't see them unless you're on YouTube. But yeah. I know, it's crazy. You're choosing from crocus, forsythia, and daffodil. Crocus, forsythia, and daffodil. I'm very excited. I'm too irritated to be sad today. Joey, if you don't want to be here and listen to me ramble about things, you don't have to be, honey. You can go. Okay? Just, you know how to do a swipe or just hit the X. Get out of here. Yeah, so I'm super excited. Well, I mean, I'll see you guys next Sunday. But I have one more story for you. Just for you, Joey. So I went this weekend and got some plants from this lady named Clara who I saw on Instagram. It's I think she calls herself the Feng Shui plant lady on TikTok. And it was one of those like late night TikTok situations that I rabbit holed into. And she was like talking about plants and all these different things, like which plants do this and that. And I was like, I need this lady. And then I realized she was in Maryland. So I decided to do a road trip this weekend to go and see her and buy a couple plants from her and to buy some dirt from her because she has this dirt that she makes and she said it contains ancient Chinese secrets and that I don't have to change the dirt for 10 years. And I'm like, that sounds exactly like how I need to do things with plants because my God, I've got a calathea over here, just like, and my jade. Oh my God, you wouldn't even believe it. So, and she is deaf. And so that is what prompted me down another rabbit hole to start trying to learn ASL. And so here we go. Broke bitch. Nice to meet you. So I know a few things. Okay, so I went and I got the stuff from her. And yesterday, so she gave me two, I bought two plants, she gave me a third. I don't have them in this room with me, but you'll see them soon enough. Um, I replanted my current plants, repotted them in her ancient Chinese soil. Okay. And my calathea, who is for all intents and purposes just looking like dead. Like I've cut so many leaves off of her. She just looks absolutely um, terrible. I replanted everything. I woke up this morning, my calathea has a new growth, like a little leaf just popping up and unfurling. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And typically, anytime I've repotted any of my plants, the next day they look real sad. And all of my plants that I've repotted are like perky and happy, even though I had my fingers all up in their roots and stuff. I'm like, wow, okay. So yes, it's Feng Shui Plant Lady on Instagram. No, on TikTok, and then on Instagram, um, you can find her Feng Shui Plant Lady, and then on TikTok and on an Instagram, it's like Clara's something. I'll tag her when I get to it, but um, she's wonderful, and I'm definitely going to be going back. She does online deliveries. She doesn't have a store. She just has an online thing, but if you're in the area, she'll meet you at like Chapel in Maryland and like we'll give we'll give you the plants, which I wanted to do because I'm like I don't want to do shipping when I'm that close. But just little side quest story right there. All right, let's get back to it. We're here for the cards, right? But oh no, the reason that I was telling you that. Yes, Clara's Greenhouse. Thank you, Cindy. It's Clara's Greenhouse on Instagram. Um, kind of like Crofton, Maryland, Gambrills, Maryland. Um, it just made me thinking about that. Made me think about that metaphor of like how much the soil that you're planted in makes a difference. And I am really excited to move because I know that when I'm in my new soil, I'm probably going to react much like my plants and be like, yo. So get ready for it. That was my story. Okay. We're going to get back to the cards. You're choosing from these three things. If you've never been here before, this is how we do sensory card pulls. I give you three things. You pick the one that feels most aligned with you, and then I pull some cards. So your first one is going to be crocus. Second is forsythia, and the third is a daffodil. What feels most aligned for you this morning as we move into spring energy? Crocus, forsythia, or daffodil? All right. Like that sounds insane, Yvonne, but at the same time, it doesn't. We are supposed to kind of be plant food, aren't we? Crocus, forsythia, daffodil. Tell me when you're ready for crocus. It's all queued up for you. I'm sorry that I'm moving my head strangely, but the sun is in my face. And my completely sheer curtain is is not actually helping. Shocking. Okay. Wow. All right. So this is your crocus. Good morning. Your choices are crocus, forsythia, and daffodil. So do your choices. Okay. Here's your crocus: letting go, communication, wealth. What's the story here? I will tell you, um this is a very action oriented pull. These are all the same kind of cards. Like there's no animal cards here, there's no plant cards here, there's no elemental cards here. These are all action cards for you, okay? Communication, letting go, and wealth. Let's talk about it. So, letting go is first, okay? And you may be wondering, how many ways will the universe tell me that I need to let go? You tell me. This will be what? Will this be your 56th way? Like, I don't know. But we all hear it when we hear it. So, what is time? Let it be your first time or your last time. It doesn't matter. The message today is to let go. And it's not that I'm going to be more specific for you today. Okay? I'm going to be really specific for you today. Because sometimes you hear, just let go, just let go. And what does it do? It makes you want to hold on tighter, right? That's okay. There are a lot of layers to let go of because we've been talking about for a couple weeks now this idea of letting go of the person you identify with who is only identified as the trauma that they've experienced. So it's letting go of the you who is only identifying with trauma, okay? And allowing the you who exists in all space and time to emerge and to be at the forefront. That letting go is really important because it's allowing expansion that you've been asking for. For example, we all have specific programs that make it really difficult for us to receive something different than the programs allow. So if you grew up hearing all the time, you have to work hard, money is hard to come by, life is difficult, you don't deserve nice things, you need to just give to people, you don't receive. If that's the program you grew up with, you can't just wake up and say, I want abundance now, because there's a lot of programming to undo that's going to make it impossible for that to find you, because you're going to reject it, because you're not ready for that. All of your ways are programmed in the opposite, right? So the letting go is of the programs that are keeping you from experiencing this new way that you've been working through, that you've been calling in. Okay. It feels uncomfortable, but it's like right here. It's right here. So there's that. You've got the communication and the wealth card, and these two are coming together. Now is the time to start speaking more about what it is you want. And I highly recommend not translating this as money. Translating abundance, wealth, any of those things as straight up cash, money, is always going to be a narrow way of manifesting, because money is a thing. It's a it's a physical representation of an energy, and it isn't the actual thing you want. Think about what having money means and then kind of work on that side, right? Like when I think about, if I had all the money I could ever want, what does that mean to me? It means freedom. It means I can wake up and do whatever it is I want to do. Do I today have all the money I will ever need? No. However, I do have some elements of that life that I have intentionally curated in this current iteration. Meaning, I've made my life up until this point in some aspects just like that. I wake up and I do what I want to do. Every time I wake up and I do coffee and magic, I consciously think to myself, look at what I'm doing, because this is exactly what I want. This is what freedom feels like, because it's free to make a choice that I want. Does that make sense? So I don't know what that is for you. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's, but whatever that freedom feeling is for you, whatever that the things you would do if you were just so free, you can start bringing in small pieces of them now. You don't have to wait until there's a big drop of like cash or something and suddenly you're free to do anything. The trick is find the energy and bring it in now in small ways. So for me, coffee and magic with you guys is one of those things because this is one little bubble in my week that is exactly as I would want it and feels very free and happy and joyful to me. So when I'm in this, I'm like, more of this, more of this. I love it. And I'm telling you guys that because I'm communicating it. Do you see what I'm saying? Communicating it. So when you find those moments that you really like, talk about it. Say, I want more of this. I love this. Tell the person who is making you feel good, you're making me feel good and I appreciate you. Do it so that the energies are starting to vibrate to your frequency. Okay? That is your crocus for this morning. Crocus pocus. Magicking all the things. Okay. Crocus for Scythia and daffodil. So if you missed crocus, forsythia is next. And a reminder, all of these recordings are on my IGTV or my YouTube channel. Oh, look at all those pretty hearts. We've got red and purple and green. Letting go, communication, and wealth. All right, forsythia is on deck. Yeah, shockingly for you, I remembered all three of them. Did that resonate for my crocus friends? All right. Here comes forsythia. Okay, we're doing that kind of a pull. So forsythia. Okay. Tell me when you're ready. Can you hear these birds? Okay, so here is your forsythia. Oh, look who it is. It's the bard. Nicole, did you pick this one? It's the bard. It's love. And it's trust. Everybody's favorite. All right, so bard, love, and trust. All right, get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with the bard. And, woo, that scared me. We're going to start with the bard. And this one is going to directly connect you to what we were just talking about with crocus. So if you picked crocus and forsythia, like the story continues. But this is moving from communication where I was just talking about when you like something, talk about it so you can attract more of it, right? Um, this is taking it even further. The bard is about telling your story. And if you've ever just like stopped for a second and thought about how important and reality changing our individual stories are, like it'll blow your mind, you know? I do this probably too frequently, but I was thinking about it the other day. We all have these stories about ourselves, who we are, the world around us, and they are real. They create the world we exist in. It doesn't matter what other people say is real because we live in a world of our own minds making all the time. We are all like little mini universes just in one universe on one planet, bopping around and seeing if we jive, right? Because my worldview, the way that I experience everything, is going to be different than the way that you experience it. But then there are going to be clusters of people who do experience things similarly, right? And that's us, right? We are experiencing things somewhat similarly, which is why we're here and attracted to connecting and talking to each other. Understanding the power of your own individual storytelling allows you to be the author of your next experience, not just a passenger or a player in somebody else's story. It makes you the author. And understanding how strong and powerful that is a little difficult because it means you have to accept that the life you've been living wasn't just dealt by fate and bad luck and too bad or like whatever. You have to take a little bit of responsibility. But once you get over that, once your ego deals with that, then you're just open to creating whatever experience you want, right? The mind is wild. And if you've ever watched any type of documentary on how people have had their brains kind of reprogrammed. The most recent one I saw, which was not happy, was about the Sarah Lawrence sex cult and how these girls, would just had their minds broken down and rebuilt and their core memories changed. And that is something that's possible to do. And we're not getting that crazy with it, but it's important to understand that you have the power to actually do that. So the bard is here to give you some inspiration as we move into this new chapter, because here we are, things are popping off. And where are we building from? Where are you writing from? What's your foundation? It's from a love energy instead of a fear energy. That's the big switch that we're making. Everything up until this point has been built on a fear energy. This whole world we're currently living in is built on fear energy. It's built on the fear of dying, the fear of sickness, the fear of not having enough to eat, the fear of this, the fear of that. Like there's so many fears that basically drive the way that we function in this world and the stories that we create. Switching from a platform of fear to love is the difference that we're making now. So, time to start telling your story a little bit differently with that in mind. As you do it, the trust card is here because your mind is still not fully released from old programs. So sometimes it's going to be difficult, right? Your mind's going to say, "No, that doesn't make sense to me." But we're dropping into our bodies now, listening to our heart and our gut, running everything through there. Because take a minute and ask yourself this. When was the last time that your gut told you, don't do that? And then your mind convinced you to do it anyway. Have you ever had that experience where your gut said no, but your mind figured out a way to get you to do it and you did it? Has that ever happened to anybody? Now, flip it. When's the last time your gut said, don't do it, and you didn't do it, and then you regretted it? Our intuition, our that feeling in our body, it doesn't know how to be wrong because it's vibrating from a point of alignment within ourselves. So it's not going to be wrong. But this is going to say, no, you can't decline. That's rude. No, he's not such a bad person because XYZ and you love him and you don't want to destroy your family, stuff like that, right? Your mind will tell you it's okay to ignore what your body is saying, to ignore what your gut is saying. So I want you to remember that your inner compass is already perfectly honed. There's nothing you need to fix about it. It already knows what to do. We're just starting to listen again. So just trust yourself. Boom, fix it, right? Trust yourself. But seriously, look at the metrics here. Look at the metrics. What's the ratio of times that your gut and intuition has been totally off versus the ratio of times it said, don't do that. And your mind was like, no, we're going to do it anyway, right? Is what it is. We're not going to beat ourselves up about it though. We're not going to beat ourselves up about anything because at the end of the day, you only know what you know when you know it. And so now here you are, and you don't need to apply that current understanding to everything you did in the past and then say, woof, I wish I would have known. Just know now. Just know now. Let it inform your now. And let's write new stories. Okay? Don't be mean to yourself. All right, this is your last one. It's your daffodil. Daffodil. Oh, thank you for those flowers. I appreciate that. All right. Lisa, it's the last one. It's daffodil. So if you're just popping on, you're just in time for the daffodil one. Hi, Stephanie. All right. Tell me when you're ready. Woo. All right. So here's your daffodil. Raven. Movement. The serpent. Ooh. What is this story? Hello. Okay, so we've got the raven, movement, and the serpent. All right, so daffodil friends. So this movement card is feeling like if you picked daffodil, like it's a big movement. It's like my kind of movement. Like I'm literally like changing soil. Let's use that as the metaphor for this movement. It's a changing soil because it doesn't necessarily mean you're moving your home, but for some of you that is exactly what it means. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a movement that has you uprooting into something different. Okay? Um it's just so big. It's and it's not shocking because you've been you've been kind of for like years now, just gently pulling up the roots so that at some point you could just pull the whole thing up, right? Like you've just been taking little edges and pulling here and loosening everything up like that. And now your hands are underneath there, you're holding the roots and you're ready to just go boom and put that whole plant somewhere else. You're the plant. So it's big change, and it's moving, right? Then you have the raven and the serpent. So guiding this movement that you're making, this uprooting, replanting of self, is this deep, like, I don't want to even say belief. It's a deep understanding of your own personal magic. It's you finally agreeing that yes, I'm worth the time and effort. I am a very magical person, and I'm going to give myself the best opportunity to thrive as possible. I'm going to do everything I can for me. It's that sudden, like, yes, I'm guided by this vibe right now that I do want this and I do deserve it, because the deserve part is really a program. We've been told that, like, in order to have something nice, you got to earn it or deserve it. Earn it or deserve it. And usually to earn it or deserve it, you have to have gone through some struggle, some pain, some tribulation to make it all, worth it and to make it acceptable to have, right? And as you go through this movement and shift and change, I just really want to remind you that the good things that are happening for you now and that are about to happen are not happening because you went through hard times. They're happening because you finally decided to love yourself and honor yourself. It's not the result of breaking yourself that gets you the good things. It's the sudden realization you're having that, like, I'm worth it. I do love me. I care about my experience here. That's what is changing everything. That's what's prompting it, not your suffering. Suffering doesn't earn you joy. It doesn't earn you the right to peace and happiness. That's a lie. And it's a really fucked up one, right? Because it says that it's okay to be in pain and suffer and hurt and break yourself. Because at the end of that, there's going to be a reward. But what if there isn't? For so many people, there isn't. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. There's just a whole life of misery and suffering with the idea that at some point it's going to get better because you suffered enough. You're breaking that program. So just want to remind you that as you step into this new space of love and light and happiness and joy and peace, you didn't earn it from your suffering. You made it happen from your love of self. Okay? So let's give credit where credit is due. That is part of this understanding that you're coming to, this opening up to the ways of the energies around you, let's call it. You're in a deep phase of healing at the same time as you are a very fast paced movement. And it's like, wow, it's very much, right? But it's very much because that's how you wanted it. You didn't want it to be slow. You didn't want it to be gradual. You did all of the legwork and then you wanted it to fly by. And so it is. So you're going to wake up, and there are going to be some mornings you wake up and you're just like, suddenly I feel like I know some things that I didn't know yesterday. And there's no explaining it. Have you felt that way? Like, just feel like I know things I didn't know. Just let it be, because you do. Okay? You just do. And that's okay. It's all part of the magic of the world that you are now living in. And it doesn't make sense if you lay it against the rubric of the previous world we've been living in. But it makes all the sense if you throw the rubric away and just take it. Just say, yes, this is happening. Okay? So that is your daffodil. Daffodil? Yeah, that was your daffodil message for today. Okay. So here we go. Really big week. I'm going to remind you I'm doing a pop up tomorrow. You don't know what time I'm doing it because I don't know either. I'm going to send out an email from my email list, and that will tell you when I'm popping up. So if you're not on the email list, you should go and get on it. sarahmala.com, scroll down a little bit, and you'll be able to join it. I'll send the email out either like tonight or tomorrow morning, just depending. But we're going to do a group activation, connect with the energies of Equinox and the new moon, and do a little magic tomorrow. Okay, so if you want to join us for that, get on my mailing list so that you get the email when I decide I'm going live. And for my members of Normalized Magic workshop situation, you don't have to worry about that. You'll get the email, and then if you can't make it live, you can watch the recording whenever you want to. Okay? I love you guys. Drink some water if you can. I'm going to do my best to do that today. I hope you have an amazing, amazing Monday. Thank you for sharing your morning with me today, or your evening, depending on where you are and when you're watching. Mwah! See some of you tomorrow. Bye, guys.